Welcome to the final episode of the community of Howlite Isle. We've come a long way. We've still not got to the point, however, where we can get a capital city, a leader, and a national religion. So I may just play more of this after this series, and we'll see what we land on. Because yeah, I've enjoyed doing this. It's been a lot of fun. I'm tempted to start another series in which I basically play a psychopathic dictator, focusing mainly on being in extreme control of their citizens and making as much money as possible, gaining as much power as possible, like a psychotic dictator kind of thing. Like, I'm tempted to do a new one of that for my own enjoyment, because this has not been a popular series. I've got more views on my absolute unhinged bullshit with face rig that I made a few days ago than this. But you know, I've enjoyed doing it, so what the hell? I might as well keep doing it. That's always been my philosophy with this shit anyway. But let's get through the issues. Alright. Stage directions. A minor political problem. Time to get serious. 10 awful crimes you just won't believe, and do good intentions make good Samaritans. Right, let's get into it, shall we? A minor political problem. After the latest election, campaign finance auditors discovered that one of the most popular politicians in Howlite Isle received a huge number of donations from minors who aren't yet old enough to vote. It's sick to think people are okay with preying on our nation's youths. Bemoans a parent whose teenage son donated to the campaign in question. It was getting suspicious when my son kept asking me for money, and now I figure out what he was giving it away to some crazy kook. These young folks can't even vote, and greedy politicians are already taking their money. Please, you have to kick this person out of Parliament and make it illegal for candidates to take advantage of our innocent children. The average donation to my campaign was only 27 quarters per person. Do we really want to discourage our future voters from participating in the political process? Asks Ernie Flanders. Oh, okay. The elderly politician in question, who is surprisingly popular with people half your age. I love listening to the young people of Howlite Isle. My message just happens to resonate with them. Don't you know that there are some very smart kids who want to get involved early? It should be up to them to decide how to spend their money, not the government. This demographic is an untapped gold mine, excitedly announces your chief election strategist, preparing several colourful goodie bags. This guy was onto something big here. Not literally, the kids are small, but something that will certainly help us out in a big way. Let's allow children to vote too. Then we could start campaigning at schools across Howlite Isle, filling our youth with promise of ice cream and toys if they vote for us. I can already see it, leader. We'll win in a landslide. I kind of like Bernie Sanders, so I'm tempted to vote for Ernie Flanders here. That being said, if this was anyone else, I would consider this to be extremely creepy. So I'm going to go for this. Politicians can't accept birthday presents from their own children. Oh, fuck off. Crime's gone up. Fuck off. That's fucking ridiculous. Whatever. Tourism's gone up and taxation's gone down. I consider that a win. 10 awful crimes you just won't believe. A disturbing new fad has arisen on social media and clickbait sites, featuring linking videos of people suffering from violence at the hand of criminals. Muggings, murders, and gang violence are all trending like crazy, and the nation's youthful populace seems addicted to online schadenfreude. I've been on those Reddit pages, like the Watch People Die Reddit and shit like that. And anyone remember Rotten.com from back in the day? That was fun. Repost this to show you care. Post popular blogger Ruby Kenobi grinning inappropriately while watching a video of a rather savage beating. Hey, there's nothing wrong with showing the world as it is, especially if it increases the hits on my website. How am I supposed to persuade advertisers to sponsor me unless I have the freedom to publish most shocking content? There's a moral sickness to this nation, proclaims forked pastor Al Richardson, seen smiling as he flagellates a penitent fellow clergyman with a rubber whip. Okay. We can only remedy this by proper schooling, with people-founded religions authority implementing sins, right, wrong? Yeah, religious bullshit. Okay. Guy, I can't even tell what's real and what isn't real anymore. Moans your social media handle at Edge Yourself, or Edge Yourself, while fighting a losing battle against pop-ups and clickbait sites. Whatever happened to the good old days of internet journalism, back when they weren't littered with ads, and when ads themselves weren't disguised as news? This sort of practice ought to be banned. The internet needs to return to a place of intellectual discussion and education, not this cesspool of clickbait, gross-out violence and trolling. I kind of agree. Social media made this problem. Let social media fix it, suggests too reasonable-seeming taxi driver Don Fallon, who considers himself an expert on how Isle is run after driving around several politicians. Tell the big companies behind these sites that they have to police their own sites and enforce better standards or face financial penalties. That was actually something that was apparently coming in. Thank God they didn't do it. Do you know what? We're going to go for this. Our economy will go down, but fuck it. I like the internet. Educators and parents alike are allowing children to view the internet again after violent videos were purged. Compassion's gone up, safety's gone up, taxation's gone up. Pacifism, ideological radicality, government size, authoritarianism. Why does that keep going up? Tourism's gone up, yay. That's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Stage directions. Angry mortalists and some confused tourists who seemed to think they were waiting for tickets picketed outside a relevant rock opera Jimmy Bouncer, the musical. They claim it contained blasphemy, misogyny, racial intolerance, adult situations, and inappropriate rhyme scheme. That sounds awesome. I wish the theatre would be purer. I wish the actors would demur. Rand's protester, a member of the evangelical pressure group Many Moral Mummies. Oh, fuck off. All right. Hello, my name is Eldon Price, and I would like to show you the most amazing dream, chimes the perky actor as he places his headshot on your desk. A dream of paradise, a great street paved with gold, lined with theatres and dreamers, and the tales that are told. We can defend free expression rights. A night nestled in a theatre seat could change your life. So come with us, support our happy troupe, and let the theatre distinct grow. Okay. Friend, you're closing your eyes to the real situation you don't want to acknowledge, observes curmudgeonly theatre critic Dennery Riker, who has written acerbic something reviews, panning the previous two speakers. Maybe you two are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of rock and roll here in your community. That's rock with a capital R and roll with the same R to keep your young ones moral. You've got to wind back something more wholesome. Church choirs. Alright, fuck off, you've lost me as well. Solely, sadly, there's a theatre's lost its splendor, intones cloaked figure from the shadows. Grasp it, change it, scrape the worst offender. Turn your face away from this modern dross today. The music's overwritten and it's trite. Rewrite some grand old theatre shows tonight. You know what? I'm going with this guy. He seems the most interesting. In musicals, everyone's a little bit racist. Damn straight! Everyone's a little bit racist. The internet is for porn. Grab your dick and double click for porn, porn, porn. See? If you're allowed to be racist, intelligence goes up, civil rights goes up, tourism goes up, and culture goes up. See, and pacifism. authoritarianism goes down, social conservatism goes down, homelessness goes down, the weather goes down for some fucking reason, taxation goes down, ideological radicality goes down. Like, generally speaking, being a racist is good. Time to get serious. It's a slow news day, and so a recent study by the Scientific Center of Analytical Metadata is getting considerable attention after a decade of expensive travel to exotic climes. Researchers have concluded that nations where people laugh have a lower GPD. Your advisors have gathered to find out what you want to do. That's just a funny coincidence, yells joke shop manager Ciara Smith as she waves a rubber chicken at you. Her cheeks puffed out in anger. Laughter is a tonic. Laughter is the best medicine. If you take away laughter, you destroy the beating heart of Howlite Isle. Dismiss this crackpot fairy and keep the joy of Howlite Isle so great by subsidizing the humor retail industry for fucking rubber chickens. Well, you know what I think about that? Huh? I think that is a lot of... It is 12 o'clock. I shouldn't have done that. Oops. Let's not do that again. Let's never do that again, especially at 12 o'clock. At last, the link is proven, notes Clothes Factory director John Bond as he spies on his staff through CCTV. At last, I last smiled 22 years ago, and it was an accident I have striven not to repeat. Every day, the girls who should be working by my machines are just laughing. I keep telling them to keep their heads down, but they keep on giggling and smiling, and oh, they're so disobedient. Someone needs to punish them, give employees the right to dock wages, and force extra hours for excessive joviality and joviality, whatever. I know what the word is, but I can't pronounce it. That'll show those minxes why so glum when there's shopping to be done. Sings devoted consumer Brittany Hammigs, sporting a lovely green velvet jacket. That actually sounds really nice. Just cut sales taxes on luxury goods so everyone can shop their way out of misery. Your government is wasting money funding think tanks and research groups of dubious valor. You should cut the funding of scam and other analysis. Give me back my own quarters. The resulting spending spree will put a smile on my face and boost the economy. That sounds good to me. I like shopping. This crass commercialism saddens my heart, observes your faith leader no enough. Laughter, it must be banned. Okay. I'm going to listen to these people as depressed laughter therapist Eve Turnbull dabbing away a tear. Howlite Isle needs joy, now more than ever. We need to bring the art of humour and inner happiness into everyone's lives through intensive programs in every school and workplace in the country. Happiness doesn't just happen, it needs to be taught. There's actually a lot of truth in that. You know what? Yeah. Let's go for that. Students memorize knock-knock jokes for their mandatory twice-a-year comedy examination. Taxation's gone up again. Weather's improved though, because if there's one thing that the weather likes, it's good jokes. Niceness, tourism's gone up. Noise, that tourism, no, that tourism. Alright, one more issue. Do good intentions make good Samaritans? Yesterday, a man was struck with a heart attack in the middle of a busy Howlite City square. As the average Howlian simply passed by, a foreigner in traditional garb stepped up and administered an unconventional form of CPR, involving stamping repeatedly on the man's chest, which did indeed save the man from certain death on the street. Unfortunately, the excessive force broke a rib and punctured a lung in the process, and the man later died from complications of this injury. I mean... what? I did what I thought was best to save this person's life. I did momentarily shout Gretel Fields while pouring oil and wine over your dying cactus. I know I'm a shepherd, not a doctor, and the technique I used only certified to be used on sheep. It is true. but the man would have died without me. It's my moral imperative to help your fellow man, and if people mean well and act accordingly, they should not face punishment or any I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't... If no one was helping him, I wouldn't exactly punish him for that. But at the same time, it's fucking stupid. Why not just get your mobile phone out and call emergency services? I know we were the most primitive, but I'm willing to believe that we have that kind of tech. I saw the whole thing, says Rosilier Dumamphes. It was too busy painting her nails to actually help. Oh, fuck off. Now I don't doubt that this person tried to save the old man, not at all. At the same time, though, that stranger jumped on him and began stomping on his chest, and now he's gone. I mean, think of the family and stuff. Some just retribution, or at least a little compensation is in order, don't you think? That foreigner ought to pay the damages done. Good intentions can't be enough. It's what comes out the other end that counts. Hey, who's the doctor or nurse here? Bellows nurse Samantha Smith, whose head mirror is both upside down and facing the wrong way. Emergency medical staff are the only ones who know what's what when it comes to these situations. I'm so sick of tired of amateurs blazing in, failing at cowboy techniques they picked up from some YouTube channel and doing more damage than good. To be honest, there's some truth in that. Laymen shouldn't be allowed to meddle. What we need is organized health patrols with uniformed EMTs on the beat, just like cops. That way, when there's an emergency, people who know their stuff. Actually, that's a really good fucking idea. The tax is going to shoot up, but I like that. We're doing that. Bands of paramedics walk the street looking for suspicious medical activity. Health has gone up. Weather has gone up. Food quality's gone up. Social conservatism has gone up for some bizarre reason. Safety's gone up. Authoritarianism. Why is authoritarianism gone up by 1.0? That makes no sense. Tourism's gone up. Economic output. Taxation. Okay. Public health care. Most of it's pretty good. Crime's gone. How has civil rights gone down? I don't understand some of this shit, dude. Drug use has gone down. That makes sense. How has compassion gone down? Intelligence is... Oh, fuck off. Some of the things of these are fucking weird, man. Oh, what's this? Most beautiful environment. Damn straight. What? 859th in the United Kingdom for the fattest citizens with 6.94 obesity rate. What? What? I'm sorry, but since we've started, our obesity rate is really fucking good. What the fuck are you talking about? That's kind of fucking stupid, man. Whatever. I mean, that's a pretty high thing, but still. Who's the highest? The Armed Corporations of Aurora Islands, the Grand Duchy of Libertantia. God, I'm sure I've seen that one. That's been going for ages. I love the flag. That's been going for fucking ages. I've seen this one before, like last time I played. God damn. Largest soda pop sector. Most armed. Highest crime rates. Why does that not surprise me? Fuck me. World Assembly member. God damn. Good shit, political freedoms for you. God damn. Welcome back to Howlite Isle one final time. At least for now. I may return to it in time after all. As I keep logging into this day by day and doing certain choices, my population will slowly rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. And I need 250 million to declare a capital city. I need 750 million to declare a leader. And I need 1 billion for a national religion. Which I actually don't think I've ever played long enough to get that. I have for these two, but I've never played long enough to get that. I usually get bored by the time I hit that. But, yeah. Howlite Isle. Final day. And one thing I noticed right away when logging in today, we're not only the most beautiful environment, but we got the best weather. Look at that. Beautiful environment, best weather. We are a stunning nation. A stunning nation that is about to make their last final choices in this series. For it is April 1st tomorrow. And we've been pretty consistent. I've missed a few days due to live stuff, but overall, and being beyond fucking tired, But overall, I've really enjoyed this. So I may do another one of these. I may come back to it. Who knows? But I do have the desire to make an evil one to play in my own time. But I also think that would be a pretty fun one to record as well. Because it's all very well good me trying to make what I believe is the correct actions. And be as like morally good and smart in my decisions as possible. But I think it would be even more entertaining if I was a complete and utter bastard the entire time. So we may do that next month. I'm thinking about it. Because I've enjoyed it. Anyway, let's get to the final 5 issues, shall we? Cheerleading. Community does the splits. Okay. Wiki worries. Ring of Death. Failure to respond. And going on a cyber offense. Alright, let's do that one. Look at this fucking kid. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah. Make sure I've got the... Yeah, everything's in order. Cool. Let's do this. So, a student was recently suspended by a school for posting negative comments online about fellow classmate. The offensive message read, Frederick's dad is such a drunk that he didn't just lose his front door keys, he lost the whole front door and his house and his job. Sucks to be his son, huh? That's... to be honest, as it went, I expected it to rhyme. Like, Frederick's dad is such a drunk, he had sex with a skunk. So, you know, something like that, but whatever. As both the suspended students' parents are celebrities, there's been a lot of media coverage of the incident, and everyone is talking about it. Some are calling this harmless fun, while others are labeled it cyberbullying. That is cyberbullying. The kid's gone through something fucking tremendously awful, and that is bullying. Harmless fun is just calling somebody a dumbass and you're like a doo-doo head and just like general male ribbing, if you know what I mean. Like, that's fine. That's I mean, this could also be said in jest if you have that kind of relationship with someone, but still, that's bullying. It is a complete violation of my rights, claims Tarquin Siski, the student in question. I can say whether I want outside of school, as long as I like don't like harm anyone, like the whole free speech thing. You know, I was in school, so they can't punish me. People just need to be allowed to say whatever. By the way, check out my latest roasting of this one geography teacher at school who doesn't take showers. Schools need to be stricter, whispers Lauren Bersconi, worriedly looking around before nibbling on a bar of chocolate. People use... seems like they were abused. People used to use my name, but now I'm just an ugly fat face. That's why. People make it stop. Schools should strictly punish students who say rude things online. To be honest, when I was in school, this would have been going too far. But in the modern age, I am so glad to be born when I was born, because in the modern age, social media is... it's inescapable. Kids don't have time away. Kids had time to... They never get a chance to clock off from school. They're dealing with school bullshit, and then when they get home on social media, they continue to deal with the same school bullshit. They never get a chance to clock off like I did, which I am very grateful for. I feel sorry for kids these days with the whole social media online shit. Like, I think at this point, the activity kids get up to online, especially between students, might be something the schools should look into. Maybe I'm going a bit far, maybe I'm wrong with that one, I'm not entirely sure. But if it's between students online and it's bullying, I think this should be something the school should kind of tackle in some way. Kids these days, they're geniuses, exclaims Flor Guntinez, your Minister of Solutions. This is the best idea we've had in a while. With elections coming up, we can hire a few of these prodigies of the put down. It's not really that fucking impressive though, is it? To work for us. The kids can, as they say, roast the other politicians and make you look great in comparison. I think politics has enough of that bullshit. We're gonna go for this. The YouTube comment section has gone strangely quiet. That's kind of funny, actually. Howlite Isle civil right fell from below average to some. Oh no. Oh no. Taxation's gone up. Weather's gone up for some reason. I guess people aren't using the internet as much. That's probably why. Okay. Fine. Next issue. Cheerleading community does the splits. When East Howlite Isles High School denied a male student's request to join their cheerleading squad, they thought that was the end of it. Since then, the story has been picked up by the national media, with the boy, the cheerleading coach, and the spokesperson from Equality Howlite Isle giving interviews about the controversy. Now a gaggle of highly opinionated and merry-spirited individuals have entered your office demanding your attention. Give me an E, give me a Q, give me a U, A, L, give me an I, and a T, and a great big Y. What does it spell? Equality, cries Sam Licari, doing an impressive backflip routine as his plaid skirt. In his plaid skirt, every boy deserves an equal chance to live out their dreams. Whether that dream is to cheer in a mediocre football team or be on the mediocre football team. You must force every school to allow any individual to join any team they want, regardless of sex. Why not? Girls are just as strong as boys. No, they're not. And we as we boys can be cute and like, look. There is a difference between the sexes, right? There is a difference. And at that age, when you're going through puberty and all that kind of thing, and like the stuff is like puberty is worse for women. It just is. They deal with so much more bullshit than men have to deal with, right? And I think it's a good thing for them to have spaces away from guys. The kids, male and female, are extremely rowdy at that age, and that's not the kind of shit you want to mix more than is necessary. Now, if we're talking about adults, I'm more in favor of mixing, but again, when it comes to sports, there's not male sports, there's just sports, and then we have a female version because expecting them to compete on the same level as men is just cruel, because they can't. It fucking sucks, but they can't. Right? Just a man at the height of physical fitness is going to be better than any woman at the height of physical fitness. Now, the average man and woman, it varies, but men have an inherent biological advantage 99.9% of the fucking time. Right? So if I agree to this, then women are gonna, like, the young girls in these cheerleading and whatnot are gonna get, not only are they gonna get perved on, and it would work the other way around, because again, we're talking about teenagers here. It would happen. The boys would get perved on and feel uncomfortable, and the girls would get perved on and feel uncomfortable. But what about the gay students? You don't have to worry about that. They're a minority. They're a minority. We're applying this rule for the general population. All right. If we go down that line, then everyone's separated from everyone all the time. It's dumb, right? But as a general rule, yeah. So if we go down this route, then girls are just gonna be just beat the fuck up. That being said, I have no issue with people cross-dressing or anything like that. It's fine. Cheerleading is good for girls, only for girls, assists middle-aged former cheerleader and parent Iris Sato as she attempts to perform a forward roll, but gets stuck underneath your desk. Like, if this was just cheerleading, then I'd have no problem with it and I'd vote for it. But it's with sports in general, no. And even then with cheerleading, you know, picking people up and throwing people around, you'd have to know your physical strength, right? Let boys do wholesome boy sports, like football and boxing, away from our precious daughters. You know how our teen bonds... Look, this is what I don't like, and this is where the conversation always goes to. You know what teen boys are like. You know what teen girls are like. You want to be psychologically abused to the point of suicide? You don't send them to the boys, you send them to the girls. The girls are pervy as fuck. They some of the worst, most untidy rooms I have ever been in my life have been in girls' rooms, right? They're a fucking mess most of the time. Worse than any guys I've ever known. They're perverts. just as much as guys are, right? This whole idea that boys are like this, no, teenagers especially are like this. It doesn't matter what they have down there. The rates of sexual abuse on campus already so high. You might be because literally everything is considered that these days. You must prevent boys and girls from having any contact in sport. I disagree with this more than I actually disagree with this. Like, this goes into the whole gender bullshit where we treat men like predators and women like children. I mean, they're teenagers, so they kind of are children, but you know what I mean. You're both idiots. Thunder's Ali Assange, his neck muscles straining against the collar of his camouflage shirt. Cheerleading is stupid. It's not even a real sport. The funds wasted on girls prancing about could be used for real sports that help real men to become strong and powerful. Taught by manly coaches like me. Abolish this waste of money immediately and pour your cash into useful manly sports. He punts one of your priceless vases into an equally priceless chandelier. Alright there, fucking Andrew Tate. This is dumb, and this is dumb. I agree with part of this, but not all of it. I'm perfectly fine with boys being in fucking cheerleading. It's when it comes to the major physical sports that I have a problem with it. Cheerleading isn't a sport. Cheerleading is like athleticism. That being said, men tend to weigh more than women, so women would have to pick up boys, wouldn't they? They would. They'd have to hold them up and whatnot. So in that, I suppose in that case, it should be organized so boys would be at the bottom, or things like that. But I hate this, and I hate this, and I agree with part of this. So in terms of a process of elimination, we're gonna go with this. Right. A suspicious number of male students have joined the Ladies Wrestling League. Howlite Isle civil rights rose from some to below average. Let's see what's gone up, shall we? Tourism's gone up. Drug use, inclusiveness, safety, intelligence, nudity, taxation. Crime has gone down. So the whole idea of sexual assault, crime has gone down, safety has gone up. Nudity's also gone up. I wonder why. But no, like, that's alright. I'm alright with that. Conservatism has gone down, authoritarianism has gone down. Oh look, they're connected again. Alright. Wiki worries. State Department officials are in an uproar over the leaking key of government cabals by the website Wikispills. The site's owner, under the Mondi Plume L something something, is operating from an anonymous location in neighbouring Bigtopia, where the government can't reach him. Howlite Isle's leaders are sharply divided on how to respond. This man has done the wrong, says Vera Gorbanchev, who also happens to be the head writer of the Howlite Isles Times magazine. The people have a right to transparency of the government. El Blah de Blah is a hero who has revolutionized my magazine sale. Freedom of speech for this country. No state action must be committed that would infringe upon our right to disclose government information, regardless of the effects on diplomatic relations. Besides, it isn't as though you're gotten off anything to hide here. There is something to be said of some things being kept to the government, and it's purely for security reasons, right? I know this is using as an excuse, but if literally everything the government does is leaked to the public, then everything the government does is leaked to other countries. Countries that are not exactly good, like China, for example. And we don't want that. Now, this gets to a ridiculous degree in which we're keeping literally everything from the public and we're puppeting people around and the public have no basic freedom. They just think they do. Like the real world. I understand the principle behind why they're doing it, but it's also worrying at the same time. It depends on how widely it's applied. El Nombre is a terrorist and has committed treason, argues reactionary talk radio host Chastity Morris. The fact is, he has consistently presented an anti-Howlite Isle agenda, and the people like him need to be stopped from propagandizing their filth. What we need to do is block the website and any others which threaten the security of this great nation. Alright, China. Like those opposition parties blogs that keep upping up. I mean, what use is personal freedom if you don't have the security and peace of mind? Oh, fuck off. This seems like a lot of needless work, if you ask me, says Omar, your brother-in-law, while enjoying a foul-smelling beverage in your office. Why should the people get to discuss you and your government anyway? Seems to me like things would be much easier if you just told them what their opinion was and blocked out all the others. After all, who knows what's the best for them? Alright, so this is awful. This is China. Let's see. State Department officials are in an uproar over the leaking of key government cables by the website Wikispills, so WikiLeaks. The site's owner, under the name blah blah, is operating in an ominous location in neighboring Bictopia where the government can't reach him. How? Do you know what? WikiLeaks has done a lot of good in the real world, so I'm inherently biased, and I'm going to agree with them. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. The Underwear of Woman in Power issue of Howlite Isle City Times has sold out. Joyous. Has crime gone up? Yeah, crime's gone up. What a surprise. Safety has also gone up, which is interesting. Drug use has gone up. Employment has gone up. Political freedom has gone up. Income's gone up. Interesting. Nudity has gone up. Why the fuck does that keep going up? Lifespan has gone down for some reason because of assassinations. Social conservative has gone down. Authoritarianism has gone down. Oh, look, they're connected again. Corruption has gone down by quite a bit. Taxation, tourism has gone down. That sucks. That's the one I'm not happy with. The rest of that's fine. Fair enough. Moving on. Ring of Death. Rival YouTube celebrities Poo Dai Poo and Ethan Wong recently decided to duke it out in the boxing ring. Oh, I'm on Poo Dai Poo's friggin' side. As crass publicity stunt to promote a new video game. They fought without receiving any prior training, and tragically, a stray punch to Pooty Poo's temple led to a fatal... Oh no! Pooty Poo actually fucking died! Hemorrhage. How could I have known this would happen? Vlogs Ethan Wrong, whipping a carefully choreographed tear from his cheek. It's like... How could I have known this was happen? I will strive to do better next time. We all wanted to do was entertain our subscribers and get more clicks. I definitely didn't intend to injure him, at least not to such an extent. Hey leader, if you publicly follow my featured YouTube channel, it'll show you the nation that you understand where us kids are coming from. How dare you, shrieks a fan of the deceased Pooty Poo. Clenching her fist in rage. They killed him because he was in direct competition with your channel. You shouldn't be able to get away with murder so easily. Deliberate injury should be prosecuted. I mean, yeah, deliberate should be prosecuted. In or outside. I mean, yeah, if it's deliberate. Although, that does counter with another law we passed that allowed people to do just that, if you remember. So, it should be prosecuted, but under our law, it's actually perfectly legal. Hold on, please. Former pro boxer Alan Durat, still twitching a little from past head injury. People love boxing matches, and you can't stop the noble art of fighting. It should be just professionals, though, so that accidents won't happen again. I'm gonna go with this. Sorry, Pooty Poo. I like you. It is against the rules of boxing to hit above or below the belt. Okay, well, whatever. Crime has gone down. Obesity, tourism's gone up quite a bit. It's nice. Weather's gone up for some reason. Lifespan's gone up. Okay. Food quality again for some reason has gone up. Final one. Failure to respond. Recently, you found yourself trapped in a broken down elevator, waiting nearly 5 hours for emergency service to turn up. That sounds about right. You're lucky they turned up in the first place. You were told this was because their resources were tied up dealing with, among other things, a fake bomb scare. A patient taken to hospital with a runny nose, a man with his beard trapped in a desk chair. How the fuck did that happen? A mum having trouble getting groceries home from the store, and a broken DVD player in need of emergency repairs. Fun. I can't believe we were all trapped all this time because some idiot didn't know the difference between an emergency vehicle and a taxi, complains Nofaremba, your aide. And that poor lady we were stuck with, and her overflowing catheter bag, that didn't end well for any of us. We should allow emergency services to ignore the calls who misuse the services. Yeah, that would be abused. You can't discourage people from using services when they might really need them, asserts firefighter Virgil McBoatface. That's a reference. Striking a heroic magazine cover pose. I know that there are some who misuse the system, but overall they need to know that we'll be there for them in times of crisis. In fact, you should just boost the budgets of emergency services and give us work as a pay bonus for each call we respond to. Oh, fuck off. Look, there's a reasonable middle ground here, offers former model and Coast Guard officer Casey Parker. Just run an advertising campaign discouraging unnecessarily emergency calls, and one that you'll find callers who waste resources. Like maybe a poster of some barbed wire with the slogan "Don't call me babe" will cut down on time wasting. Also raise funds if you can. Oh, that's actually used to cut down income tax. That's actually that's a decent idea. Broom broom, says 5-year-old Casimir, who was cheered up consistently since escaping the lift. You're a dummy, you dummy. It's because you got rid of the proper police cars and ambulances. That's why they were all so slow, you dummy. You can't let everyone, you should let everyone have cars again, dummy. No, we're not going back to cars. Hashtag fuck cars. Right, we're going with this. I like this one. There is no cure for sympathy for the common cold. So what? Why do you need an emergency with a common cold? Unless you're an old person, you have underlying issues. At which point, that's fine. Then you could get it in that. Crime has gone up. Drug use has gone up. Income, economic output, employment, obesity is shot the fuck up. Interesting. Tourism has gone down. Weather has gone down quite a bit for some fucking reason. Okay, whatever. Let's have a look at Howlite Isle. So, finally, Howlite Isle. A nation just off the coast of Wales. Howlite Isle is renowned for its beautiful environments, its lack of cars, everyone going around in bikes and buses and things like that. And it's stunning, beautiful, diverse landscape. It's a place anyone would want to live. One of the best places in the UK. We are the community of Howlite Isle, and we are democratic socialists. We feel the burn. Our civil rights are below average, our economy is strong, and our political freedoms are very, very good. The community of Howlite Isle is a very large, environmentally stunning nation, remarkable for its pith helmet sales, complete lack of prisoners, and a ban on automobiles. The hard-nosed population of 126 million Howlians are fiercely patriotic and enjoy great social equality. They tend to view other, more capitalist countries as somewhat immoral and corrupt. The large government juggles the competing demands of education, defence and industry. The average tax rate is a whopping 42.5%, but much higher for the wealthy. The strong Howlite Island economy is worth 7.2 trillion quarters a year. It's fairly diversified and led by the retail industry, with major contributions from basket weaving, manufacturing and cheese exports. Black market activity is noticeable. State-owned companies are reasonably common. Average income is 55,680 quarters and evenly distributed, with the richest citizens earning only 2.6 times as much as the poorest. A suspicious number of male students have joined the Ladies Wrestling League. The Underwear of Women in Power issue of Howlite Isle City Times is sold out. It is against the rules of boxing to hit above or below the belt, and there is no cure or sympathy for the common cold. Crime, especially youth-related, is totally unknown, which has remained consistent throughout, thanks to a capable police force, progressive social policies, and education and welfare. Howlite Isle's national animal is the magpie, which soars majestically through this nation's famously clear skies. Howlite Isle is ranked 262,902 in the world and 713th in the United Kingdom for most avoided Kardashian reflex score. We are also within the top 10% of most beautiful environments and the top 10% of best weather, which is pretty fucking good. We have nothing in the fact book, though I can't add them. Policies. Citizens may be executed for crimes within the arena. We don't have prisons as a result, because all prisoners are basically gladiators. Our economy is capitalism-based. Cannabis is legal and able to be purchased. And cars are banned. Everyone gets around on bikes. Wow! Holy shit, the majority of the people in this country are old age. 21.8% are lost in the wilderness. Leading causes of death. Okay, I thought this was a general population, but this is just leading causes of death. Okay, that's good. Old age, and considering how many natural environments we have lost in the wilderness is fine. Acts of God, whatever the fuck that is, and magpie attack. Alright, considering the majority of death is old age, that's actually a pretty good leading cause of death. Fair enough. Our government, here we go. Our government spending. Administration is 10.1%, defense is 12.6%, education is 16.6%, environment is 7.5%, healthcare is 9.5%, industry is 11.6%, international aid is criminally low at 2%, which I'm okay with. This is our country we care about, not other people's. Unlike fucking Britain, who cares more about the fucking Ukraine, whilst it says for the rest of the goddamn country that they don't have enough money, while the rest of its fucking citizens freeze to death and can't get any fucking help from the NHS, which doesn't fucking exist at this point. But fuck the British people. Let's put all the aid into Ukraine. Yay! They're the people that matters. What's that? They wouldn't help us if we were in that situation. Oh well. Law and order is 9.5%. Public transport is 5.5%. Social policy is 2%, spirituality is 6%, and welfare is 7%. And that is the phone. After the phone call, let's put this back up. Our basic economy, the vast majority of it is private industry, making over half of our economy. Black market is 2.7%, which isn't too bad, all things considered. Government is 35.9%, and state-owned industry is 7.7%. So that's pretty fine. It's fine. Our rank. Oh, here's the fun one. Right, so in terms of the world, because I think the world is more interesting in a region. In terms of the world, we are on the top 10% of beauty and weather, 13% of culture, retail industry 14, basket weaving, primitiveness, tourism, cheerfulness, eco-friendliness, food quality, cheese exports, lifespan, public education, health, averageness, that kind of sucks, public transport, because of course we have no fucking cars, so this is like the way around that, business subsidization, that kind of sucks, pacifism, public healthcare, better than the UK in general, human development index, average income for the poor, religiousness, defense forces, foreign aid is surprisingly higher than it seems. Safety, gambling, taxation. Yeah, that makes sense. And now we're in like the 30% stuff now. But yeah, this is the rest of it as I scroll down. Social conservatism isn't that high. Political freedom kind of sucks that it's so low. Civil rights sucks that it's so low. Crime's good though. Going down. Secularism is so low for me. Charmlessness there's all that. And then we've got the trend. So our political freedoms started off high, went low, went really low, improved a little bit, but not as good as it was when we started. It's gone down a little bit. It's kind of mellowed out at this point. Our civil rights have just continued to fall, basically. It had a little bit of a boost there, but then just continued to fall and fall and fall and fall and fall and fall and fall. And our economy started off really fucking low. Like, we went to dangerous levels, but then it kept rising and rising and rising, and then actually ended up being pretty fucking good. And then we don't engage in the cards with this. So that's Howlite Isle for us. I think we've done pretty good. We've been on this for like, I'd say about 70% of a month. So most of a month. And I'm happy with it. It's by far one of the, if not the best one of these I've ever made. I've probably put more thought into my decisions as well. I'm really happy with it. I think Howlite Isle is really cool. I'm really happy with it. I ended up getting some banners that I've never got before as well, which was nice. So here's our banner collection. We got some really nice banners that I've never had before, as well as a few ones that I pretty much always get, like the Outdoor Pursuit one I've had as my main one a bunch of times. But yeah, I'm really happy with Howlite Isle. I think it's great. This has been a lot of fun, and I've hoped if any of you have actually watched through this that you enjoyed. So yeah, I'm not promising to do another series, but I do kind of want to. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Until next time, honored guest. We hope that you've enjoyed your stay in Howlite Isle, but for now, get the fuck back to your own country.